What's going on, everybody? I'm your host, the Carolina Collector. Before I begin, I want to say thank you so much to my viewers, my subscribers, my supporters, my eBay customers, my friends, my neighbors, everyone, including the management where I live. They are awesome. Everybody's been awesome and so supportive of a current situation that I find myself in. As a matter of fact, a huge thank you to the leasing office where I live. I'm not going to get into details of what that means, but I mean, everybody's been so cool and so supportive of myself. I am truly grateful. Before I begin, I want to say thank you to all of you who have supported this channel. If you haven't done so already, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, comment in the comment section below, and hit the bell to receive notifications. Also, check out my eBay store, the Carolina Collector 001. The link is in the description box below. I have listed some sports cards over at my eBay store, so go check it out. I'm kind of bouncing around here a little bit. I wanted to upgrade my Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime, and here are all those little bits with two different heads, and oh man, I immediately got frustrated. I had to let a couple parts sit out with some glue because the parts are so thin and so fragile that two pieces broke. So unfortunately, I decided to put that off for now because it's just too annoying. But anyway, with that being said, you'll recognize this. This is the Studio Series Devastation Optimus Prime, which I already talked about. But I have a brand new upgrade kit for this that just arrived in the mail. It was supposed to have come yesterday, but for whatever reason, it got delayed. And the last upgrade kit that I had was annoying and frustrating. The gun is perfect, but this thing came with panels that would fill in these gaps, and I think I mentioned this already. I nearly almost broke this thing trying to get those gap fillers out. And if you put anything in there that may hinder the transformation, because obviously, let me see if I remember how to do this now. So you got to flip the wheel down on his side and flip his midsection around. When you turn his arm, it has to sync up with this. So anything that hinders a transformation is going to be right here. And unfortunately, the one upgrade kit that I had, well, it didn't really quite work out too well. So unfortunately, you know, I spent money on stuff that was just crap. I mean, there were two gap fillers that did work, which I've already installed, and they're on the back of his legs right there. You know, like I said, his gun is perfect for this, but it just sucks when you buy upgrade kits and they really don't work out the way you hope they would. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and see if I can upgrade this guy. Now I've got little bits over here. I'm pushing to the camera's view. And let's see if we can get this guy up to par, because he's very gappy between his legs. You know, obviously you've got panels underneath his armpits and here in the forearms and all that stuff. So I'm going to upgrade this guy. We'll take a look at him and see what the finished product looks like. We'll transform him and all that good stuff, and we'll be right back. Well, let me show you where I'm at so far. So we got a gap filler right there under his armpit, which fills that in real nice. And we got another one right there. And I started working on the inside of his thighs. You can see already some of these gap fillers are really plugging up these holes here, but the parts are super tight, so just be careful how you handle these. So I'm going to keep going, push forward. So far, so good. Haven't broke anything yet. You know, it's just be careful if you get this particular kit on eBay, because like I said, the parts are really tight, which is good because that means you don't have to use glue or anything like that. But just exercise caution. You're really going to need a lot of patience, because out of any Prime I've ever had, this one is the most temperamental to upgrade. So, well, let's press on, everybody. So I've gotten to this point, and as you can see, he's starting to clean up a little bit better. However, I know most of you don't like parts forming. I'm camp not parts forming myself, to be honest with you. But it's a lot better than that blank white spot. So, you know, the maker of this kit included these panels that you actually have to place the plugs in yourself. So be very careful with that. This is one of the more frustrating kits, I've really got to say, because, you know, I got fat fingers. And it's difficult for my fat fingers to maneuver around all these tiny, small little parts. But I tell you what, even if your parts forming this guy, not for nothing, that just looks so much better. Unfortunately, there are alignment issues as a result, but, I mean, this thing is not perfect anyway. I think we all know that. You know, it's definitely got its issues. I mean, whoever designed this thing, now I'm not talking about the upgrade kit, whoever designed this Prime really needs to stop drinking, or if they're fapping to prawn, if you catch my meaning, whatever it is they're doing, they got to stop, because this Prime is just, talk about temperamental here. Like, I actually added these gap fillers here, and even though the color matching is a little off, look at the stress marks trying to get this thing in there. I nearly almost snapped the feed off because of that. So be very careful and take your time. The parts on this thing are excessively tight. So, again, take your time, go slow, but as you can see, it's reaping the results. So far, so good. Let's finish this thing off, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Actually, I needed to take a time out because the most frustrating part of this process has to be these gap fillers between his legs. The parts are so tight that, I almost threw this guy across my kitchen. Oh my God. I mean, kudos to the person that designed these gap fillers, but they're so, so tight. I found myself getting really annoyed. I had to stop and get up and kind of take a breather a little bit. So I broke out some sandpaper. I was able to get that one in right there. And you can see it's not exactly perfect. And now I'm trying to get this one in. So I already started the process of sanding it down. But oh man, do I got a lot to say at the end of this video. I really want to finish this guy off and put this to bed once and for all. So let me do my sanding, and that'll be it. And then I'll give you, you know, my opinions about this thing, because, again, this is a mixed bag. So let's finish off this upgrade. If there was one piece of plastic that can drive a grown man insane, it's him. So I finally finished this thing, and I nearly scratched him all over the place trying to get some of these parts to work. I did use sandpaper as much as I can, and despite my attempts to try to get these parts to fit, I mean, you can see clearly how wonky they are. But then again, I can't really fully fault the creator of this upgrade kit. I mean, I could sit here and try to straighten these out or whatever, but I'm afraid to do any more damage to this thing because you could see clearly right there. It got to a point where I had to break out a pair of pliers. I actually got some blue paint and a scratch on his thigh right here. I mean, this Prime is just, I don't know what Hasbro was thinking. That's why I can't necessarily blame the maker of the 2 upgrade kits. Actually, now it's 3 upgrade kits. Let me correct myself. It took 3 upgrade kits to try to make this into the best possible Optimus. And he's still a piece of junk, in my opinion. If you're going to go with a Prime, go with the Legacy Prime that I already reviewed here on the channel, or go for that guy right there. But trying to upgrade this, I mean, I really give the creator of this latest upgrade kit some credit. But unfortunately, you're going to have to parts for him. There are the fuel tanks for the side of his big rig. One thing I will say that I think is creative is that he included these, which basically you can turn this into like a claw or something like that if you peg these in. Which, that's kind of cool, because now if you want to display him, Prime has like this really weird weapon now. But again, as you can see, I'm starting to fight to get this thing plugged in. But man, this thing will drive you mad. I mean, I give the guy a lot of credit, you know, for trying his best to come up with a thing like this, so at least you don't lose it, you know, or lose the parts or what have you. It would be nice if you can store this thing on his back, but unfortunately, I mean, you could try maybe to do something. That's going to look stupid. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother. All in all, this Prime sucks. I mean, what a pain in the rear end to try to upgrade this guy. I mean, when you put him into truck mode and you do your parts forming and you put his gas tanks on the side, it does clean up quite a bit. Is it worth it? You know, as far as the headache is concerned, probably not. I mean, here, now I'm trying to get this out of here, but oh, it's freaking so tight. Watch me break this thing. And that'll really put an end to this misery that I've been going through trying to upgrade this guy. Okay, good. I got it off. Thank God. So, my thoughts, avoid this Prime at all costs. Some guys like it, some guys don't. This Prime, now that I've tried 3 upgrade kits, I mean, you know, you can fill in the gaps behind his feet. You can fill in the gap behind his thighs there and his legs. But look at this. I can't really blame the maker. It's just Hasbro, man. God, they butchered this guy. You know, you got the gap fillers underneath his armpits right there. And the gap filler that came with the previous upgrade kit, you can't use it because the transformation won't allow for it. So it's just, God, man, this Prime is awful. You know, the only good thing about this particular Prime is that, you know, his gun is awesome. You know what I mean? I don't know why somebody didn't come up with a gap filler set for his wrists. I mean, yeah, he poses. He's got great articulation. You can stand him up, you know, but his head doesn't tilt or anything like that. And you're kind of limited by that. But, I mean, you can kind of give him a little bit of a waist swivel, but you're held back by his butt cheek tires. You know, it's the same thing with, like, Earthrise Prime. He's got butt cheek tires, too. Is it worth it? For me, again, I don't blame the creator of these upgrade kits. They're trying their best to make fans like myself happy. But at the end of the day, Hasbro, really, man, you got to do something about your QC. I mean, this thing is just a nightmare come true. This is like the Freddy Krueger of Transformers right here. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying it. Again, I really give props to the creator of this thing. At least they thought to try to improve the truck mode. But, I mean, God, man. I'm going to put him in truck mode one more time because it's just... That might be the best aspect of this guy is the truck mode. I hate to say it. That's kind of sad, actually, when you think about it. He actually made the truck mode look better. But the bot, having Prime all fixed up and what have you... It's a mixed bag. Oh, I'm forgetting something here. So I forgot you got to take his midsection, flip that around there, bring this out, bring his arms down. Then you do the old G thing. At least that's one thing that's good about this particular Prime is they maintain that feature. But again, you know, you got clearance issues and you kind of have to wrestle this guy into place. Ugh. Oh, now he goes in. Okay, sure, right. Rubik's Cube, eat your heart out. Oh my goodness, is this thing a nightmare? It is. It's a literal nightmare come true. If it breaks, I'm not going to shed a tear. The Legacy Prime definitely is much better than this guy. Okay, woof, look at that. We finally got some progress. Then you spin that around, and you got to spread them out, get these up. God, what a pain in the butt. Man, Hasbro, really, I don't know what you're doing here. Broskies, ladies, gentlemen, I don't know who's working in your engineering department, but you really, really got to go back to the drawing board. This is just awful. You know, again, I can't blame the maker of these upgrade kits. You know, they're victims just as much as we consumers are. But this is pitiful. Come on, stay together, you. God, stay together. What is wrong with you? This thing is like, he fights you all the way. And again, there's clearance issues. And you have to wrestle and... there we go, finally. Oh, my God. And this is just a nightmare. This thing is a nightmare. If you really want to piss yourself off, pick up one of these. I try my best to, not get frustrated because these are toys at the end of the day. But man, when it comes to certain annoyances, this will definitely challenge you. All right, here's where the parts forming comes in. I mean, again, I can't blame the maker of these upgrade kits. It's just Hasbro really screwed the pooch with this robot. There you go. There he is. Don't his feet... Where are they? Where's the pair of channel locks I got? Don't his feet look like this? Don't waste your time, guys. I'm sorry to say it. I mean, this particular upgrade kit cleans up his truck mode quite a bit. As far as, you know, the wonky sides are concerned. But again, you're going to have to parts form. You're probably going to go mad trying... Yeah, it keeps popping out. He won't stay pegged in. You kind of have to, like, wrestle this thing. Oh, my God. I'm done with this guy. I'm retiring him. Once I get him back in a bot mode, I'm going to retire him to my work desk. There's no way I'm messing with this thing ever again. But like I said, kudos to the creator of this particular Prime. At least he thought to try to turn his fuel tanks into a weapon. I'll give him that much. But again, it's not the maker's fault. It's just this robot sucks, excuse me. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I just wouldn't waste my time with a thing like this. This Prime has been a problem child. I mean, what were they thinking, man? I mean, even if you look at it like that, it still looks kind of wonky. Look at how bad that is. This thing is just... What were they doing? Hasbro, come on, man. Ugh, I'm done. Video over. Thank you, everybody. This thing is just... Where's my hammer? Take care, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. Oh, my God. I need a break. Ugh.